everyone. Newshour Sean McCracken here with Accor's Agnès Roquefort. Agnès, how are you today?
I'm super good. I must say that I'm very happy, first to be with you and to have this exchange, but as well because we had a fantastic 20-25 years. And let's say the perspective and the outlook is really good for luxury and lifestyle at Accor.
Yeah, it makes it easier to want to talk to people about how things are going when they're going well, right?
Yeah, that's true. Perfectly true.
So obviously, Accor has transformed significantly over, the past few years, past decade, really. Is this version of Accor the one that we have today? Is this going to be what we see for the next few years? And where are we at in kind of that larger transformation for the company?
Yeah, the good thing is that Accor we never bore out. So
Yeah.
the thing is that indeed we want to, let's say, accelerate on what we have set and to focus on what we have defined as a vision. So for eco mid-scale premium, it's really to accelerate the growth and to go more with franchise. For luxury and lifestyle, we are more focused on brand, on very qualitative projects, on emblematic projects even, and with a huge focus on brand. We're really entering with a relationship with owners, with investors, with the market, with our brands. We want to have really distinctive brand, coupled with, of course, a powerful commercial and loyalty platform. So this is what we are today. This is where we want even to accelerate in the future. So we have a solid growth, close to 8% of net unit growth per year with luxury and lifestyle. We want to accelerate even more. But we are open to, let's say, the new trends and to continue to embrace, anticipate the trends to continue to be leader on this segment.
So as you mentioned, obviously, Chief Development Officer focused on luxury and lifestyle, which is, such a huge growth opportunity for Accor and has grown to be such more of a focus. It's crazy to think about, decades ago, Accor was very much thought of at the very opposite end of the spectrum. And now when people think of Accor, it's the highest of high end in a lot of cases.
Yeah.
So where are the further opportunities in kind of that space?
Yeah, maybe let's refer to where we are together. We are in Alice, and when you hear, let's say, the conversation about the outlook, the long-term perspective are pretty good, but they're saying at the same time that, the growth in terms of RevPAR is pretty flattish.
Yeah.
But when you look at luxury and lifestyle trends, and when you read, let's say, the outlook, including in the US, we beating the cycle. And that's really amazing. So the long-term perspective are super positive for everybody here.
Yeah.
But even for the short terms, in terms of luxury trends, luxury health of the sector, it's really amazing. So what are the trends? Something that we like at Accor is that we are envisioning our project with a 360 approach. That is, we are not only focused on hotels, but on everything that creates experiences for the guests and that delivers more performance for the owners and investors. So we really invested, and this is what we propose to our owners, of course, with strong brands, I've mentioned that, but as well with F&B. So you may know that we have a dedicated F&B platform in Middle East, in Europe, and now with the opening of Delano Miami South Beach, coming to Miami with some great international brands and bespoke brands, F&B is really a strong part for the experience of the guests, but as well, of course, for the investors and owners. Going to well-being with great projects, with Raffles, with Fairmont in particular, or Sofitel and our collection brands, which something that is named the Purist, bringing a well-being that is really thoughtful. And we continue with other experiences. Brand Resi is now a strong segment for us. And so we have finally luxury and lifestyle projects that are really very complex, rich for the guest experience, for the owners, with really the 360 approach. And probably working on even a further trend, if you look at our brand, Orient Express, it's more than a hotel brand.
Oh,
it's already considered as a travel brand. We are completely, in the illustration of what is experiential.
Yeah.
So we have 2 hotels already open with Venice that is coming and Roma. But we will as well launch the sailing yacht of Corinthia by the summer of this year. We have a train in Italy La Dolce Vita with Orient Express, so with routes that are amazing, with amazing experiences. And currently in Paris, we are even with Orient Express brand in a museum, in the Museum of Art Deco.
Yeah.
So it's a good illustration of what is experience and where we are going and where hotel enter in your daily life beyond the rooms. And this is what we love. It's a strong trend. And so back to your question about, is it the Accor now final? No, we are continue to invest, to innovate for the future.
So is that kind of novel, unique experience, is that the space you feel like there's still room to grow in? Because obviously Orient Express is one of one. It's hard to kind of find new ways to do that, but is that kind of the goal?
I would say that Orient Express has this very specific positioning with ultra luxury, really being on the ultra luxury segment. But we are convinced that even with the other luxury and lifestyle brands, we can go even further in terms of experience and really experiential, let's say. We like to say the product today is experience in the hospitality.
Yeah.
And so each brand has to find how to. Raffles did it with a butler, pushing really the excellence of service. Fairmont is very much with, sports and golf resorts, Brandy Residence, which is strong as well, and some well-being. So each brand is taking, let's say, some territories that are proper to their positioning, but going far beyond on that. That is, again, what guests are asking for and what owners and investors like, because it's, let's say, higher return on investment for the assets.
I mean, so obviously Accor is a big company with lots of brands. Your job is explicitly to go out there and sell the brands around the world. I'm wondering whether the next move for Accor is, add more brands to the portfolio, or is there still enough opportunity to go out and sell, find new geographies for the existing, luxury lifestyle portfolio?
So it's more a focus on geography and expanding with our current portfolio, but we are open as well to identify some segments that are not well addressed yet. So it's not, let's say, the hot topic today. We are more focused on geography. And so as a Chief Development Officer, I can go with you through our geography.
Oh, for sure.
That for luxury and lifestyle in the US and in North America in general, we have a nice footprint. So for luxury and lifestyle, and it's different compared to economic, mid-scale, and premium for Accor, 25% of our network and investment and resources is in North America, 25% in Asia, 25% in Europe, which is our historical playground, and a big 25% in Middle East. So we have a very balanced footprint across the globe, which is really a true asset. Now, if we're looking, we are paying a lot of attention to the US market, which is key for luxury and lifestyle guests, and paying a lot of attention as well to Mexico. We had a fantastic year with Mexico, with the signing of the Par Royal deal, the Raffles in Los Cabos, and in the US as well. If you look at what we've done this year, it was a fantastic year with the opening of Faena in New York, with the very close to open Delano Miami South Beach. We signed at the end of the year Fairmont in Calgary. So we are very dynamic and a lot more to come because it's a top priority market for us.
So my takeaway from that is I remember years ago, I believe it was at this conference, but it might have been a different one, Sebastian Baizan made the comment. I remember specifically he said, everyone else on this panel, because he was on a panel with, Marriott CEO, Hilton CEO, can have America and we'll have the rest of the world. Now you're no longer satisfied with even that arrangement, apparently.
I remember this moment. It was a challenge for us. It has paid off. We have really invested in terms of resources, in terms of brand as well. Next week, we will have the grand reopening of Sofitel New York, fully renovated. So the US market is so important for us in terms of guests, in terms of, let's say, making our brands shine, but with a very selected approach. We are not in an approach of big volumes for luxury and lifestyle. We're really targeting very selected assets. This is why we have so much assets in New York, in Miami, that are key destination for us. We're trying to reinforce as well on the West Coast. So hopefully I will be able to share with you some good news in the coming days. But clearly, this is top priority for us for luxury and lifestyle with a selected approach.
Given the history of Accor, I'm just curious now. You were talking about all this growth in North America specifically. Obviously, you have the history of Fairmont. You have that established here, but you don't have the kind of same network effect that you do. Like walking down the streets in LA, we won't see any Beast, for instance. Does that change the way you sell luxury and lifestyle here because it's not the full menu of options?
Yeah, clearly. And the thing is that, and you've mentioned it, Fairmont has a fantastic history and a fantastic history with Americas, so with the North American continent. So we have a strong bone, a nice network. We have 20 hotels in the US, so that's true, many in the key destination. But this is the positioning of Fairmont. Raffles, we started with Boston. The next one are in big cities. We do not want to go, again, we have this selected approach. So yeah, Fairmont has this strong, let's say, backbone in the US with the American clientele. And what we've brought with Accor is that we brought as well the other footprint from the regions, the richness of the other feeder markets, such as Europe or such as Middle East. So it's a different positioning, and we are proud of this differentiation. We're coming in the market, and Sebastian is right, pretty crowded with our American peers. So when we are coming, when we are selling our brands, explaining to the market what are our brands and our platform to the owners and investors, we have to differentiate ourselves. So we're coming with this, let's say, again, very global footprint. And as well, as I mentioned, the 360 approach, going beyond rooms with assets that are super rich in terms of experiences with F&B, well-being, branded residence, and so on.
So I'm wondering how you view lifestyle, like how you define that segment in your mind.
Oh, right. Okay. So the definition of lifestyle is indeed this global approach, this 360 approach, meaning that it's rooms, but above all as well, other programming of experience, a culture of service which is modern and differentiated versus the traditional brands. So for lifestyle in particular, for lifestyle hotel, F&B accounts close to 50% of the revenues and the other experiences. So it's, let's say, hotels with a lot of programming, a lot of amenities. When we're talking about programming as well, of course, we're thinking about hype design, but it's not the definition of lifestyle. It's the programming of everything and partly of the experiences of the guest. Let's take another example with event programming. So we have hotels with a very rich portfolio of experience inside the hotel. Taking the example of the Delano in Miami South Beach, there will be 12 point of sales in terms of F&B. So just imagine the number of experiences. Of course, beach club, but a lot of things to find in this lifestyle hotel.
Anything else you wanted to talk about today?
No, I'm just to tell you a big thank you for the exchange. And hopefully we will see you again in the coming months to share with you great news and our strengthening on the US market.
Well, thanks so much for the time.
Thank you very much. Thank you. It was a pleasure.
Hello, I'm Luke Haynes, People Newsletter Editor CoStar News, and the host of Top Credentials, a monthly podcast exploring the colourful careers of those working at the top of UK commercial real estate. In the episodes, we discover the valuable lessons influencing the daily decision-making of property sector leaders, and hear about the aspects of their job that make it a little easier to get out of bed each morning. We'll also ask for their views on the latest news and policies shaping our constantly evolving industry, and even get them to share a famous quote or song title they think defines their career or the profession. Listen on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
This episode of the CoStar News Hotels podcast was recorded on January 27th, 2026 by Meredith Sheridan at the America's Lodging Investment Summit and edited for podcast by Sean McCracken. Head to costar.com/hotel news for more coverage from that event and more. You can find all of our podcasts on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, or your platform of choice.